We have our alcohol. We're gonna fucking read papers and shit. Alcohol. Oh, you guys can hear me. That is good. That is pretty good. So I know you guys cannot see this, but we're gonna read this paper together. Okay. Removing entropy from the definition of entropy, clarifying the relationship between evolution, entropy, and second laws of thermodynamics. So it was a long time like on this paper. I'm gonna read it for you guys and try to learn by myself because I don't care. Just kidding, I care. Just a little bit. But I often don't do a live stream this time, but I'm gonna read something. Mm, it would be better if we could read like line by line, but I think like you guys get to have some cozy night view. Wow. I read the boring paper for you. Okay. And if you guys have some questions about China, please do ask. Remember, removing. So, okay, we're gonna start. Okay. Removing the entropy from the definition of entropy. Hoping I'm pronouncing it correctly. Clarifying the relationship between evolution, entropy, and the second laws of thermodynamics. So, Martin at Evolution Education Outreach citation articles. Education Outreach. So, I don't know. Joshua S. Martin and Adam Smith and Clinton D. Friend, something which I cannot pronounce. Abstract. Misinterpretation of entropy and confliction. I want to know what is entropy. I don't know. My knowledge is very less. Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. Entropy is a measure of disorder, randomness, and the unavailability of the system's thermal energy to do mechanical work. Okay, okay, I understand. That much I understand. What is China's history? I don't know. It's 5,000-year-old history. So we're not talking about all this. Okay, today we're talking about the paper. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So today we're talking about evolution, trying to read these things. Okay. Maybe it's a little bit difficult for me to see your messages, guys. But I'm gonna try to reply as much as possible. Like, share, and subscribe as we read along the paper. Do. Let's start. Let's start again. Okay. Misinterpretation of entropy and conflation with additional misunderstanding of the second law of thermodynamics are ubiquitous among scientists and non-scientists alike, and have been used by creationists as the basis of unfounded arguments against evolutionary theory. Entropy is not disorder or chaos or complexity or progress towards those states. Entropy is a a measurement of number of different ways that a set of objects can be arranged. Here we herein, I think, we review history of concepts of entropy from its conception by some person Clausius in 1867 to its more recent application to microevolutionary theory. We provide teachable example of correctly defined entropy that are appropriate for high school and introductory college level courses in biology and evolution. Finally, we discussed the association of this traditionally physics related concept to evolutionary clarification of the interactions between entropy, the second law of thermodynamics, and the evolution has the potential of immediate benefit of to both students and teachers. Why China wants to rule the world? Because every country wants to rule the world. To be honest, guys, not only China. Today, but wait, fuck, I'm gonna remove this topic. Okay, today's topic, guys, is not China. Okay, today's topic is evolution. Wait. I'm gonna post it, and today we read about evolution. How to spell evolution? Mom, dad. Ah, shit, I'm dying. Name of the paper. No. Okay, I'm gonna send you guys the name of the paper so you guys can find it by yourself if you ever want. If you don't want, it's up to you. But we're gonna read papers, okay? We're gonna read paper and try to understand it step by step, okay? So it talks about like in modern day we understand entropy in a weird way. Okay, so this is the abstract, right? Explain it simply. I'm gonna use AI to explain some things. Example. Okay. So we already read the first part, which was so we already read the abstract, okay? So main idea. Many people misunderstood entropy. So the main idea of the abstract is that like the people often misunderstands entropy and the second law of thermodynamics. And some creationists, like some people who believes in God, argues against evolution using this misunderstanding. But these arguments are wrong. Entropy is not disorder, chaos, complexity, a measure of progress towards order or disorder. What entropy is a count of how many different ways things can be arranged. Oh, I know this. Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. Remember to double tap to like the live stream. So that is more possible arrangement. So entropy is just arrangement, but some people who are creationists often argues that it's not. It's chaos, disorder, blah 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 blah. Doesn't matter. So what is entropy? A simple way to give an example. Uh, Imagine you have 10 books. If you arrange them alphabetically by author, there is only one possible arrangement. So it means that it has low entropy. If you arrange them by subject like biology, physics, there are more possible ways. Let's say 5 biology, 5 physics. So there is almost 14,400 possible arrangement, high entropy. If you don't care about order at all, there are 300, sorry, 3,060,000. I don't know. There is just too many possible way of being able to arrange. So that is called the maximum. Okay, I understand. So let's say you have two pens and pencils. So if you say oh, blah blah blah, it's easier to. So everything. How to explain it? I don't know. I hope you guys understand it. So connection to evolution. So a messy room isn't messy because it's chaotic. It's high entropy because there are many ways the items can be arranged. Earth is not an isolated system. It gets energy from the sun. Life can become more ordered. locally because energy is used without breaking the second law, which only applies to the total isolated system. Evolution about change and adaptation, not always increasing complexity or order. So, using entropy to argue against evolution is based on misunderstanding entropy. So, people, if you guys ever hear someone say, uh, entropy, uh, like if someone says, like, because of entropy, evolution doesn't exist, he's fucking lying because he's a bitch. How to get not views, how to not get views, guys. Okay, so the background. So this paper is not that long, it's just 9 page, which is how often like a journal is published. So read it. By the way, this remember this is like a real paper. Okay. Hopefully. I don't know actually. Wait. I need to search the paper first. Is it a real paper, Ryan? Wait, guys, wait. Yeah, the name of the paper is BMC Journals have moved to Spring Nature Link. What is Spring Nature Link? Wait. Submission 2026. No. 1 second, guys. Okay, they have many figures and references are here. Is this 1 second? I need to see if this journal is real or not first. I forgot. I need to see the world in a grain of sand. I could find about the journal and the publications, the article below, the article removing, okay, impact factor on journal. Journal ranking, unlike many research journals listed in the journal citation, blah, 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 blah. Does not have a Web of Science impact factor that you can look up to various unusual ways. There's not been published clear impact factors on the journals. However, according to third-party journal metric aggregation, like based on Scopes data, the journal's overall citation impacts were similar to average citation per particle. It's listed around 1.6. According to the ranking, it's best qualified based on category in Q2. Oh, it's okay, guys. It's a Q2 journal. Okay. Oh shit. So this is not a very good journal, but it's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. We can still read it. Let's read it. Okay. I think Q2 journal is okay as well. I know often like you should read better journals, but we can read this because it's we are stupid people. Remember, we have to remember that we are stupid. So if we read something that is a little bit lower level, maybe it's gonna be easier for us to understand. So let's read it. Keep on reading. Okay, so background. It is perhaps a props that the concept of entropy has continuously picked up misunderstanding and misinterpretation that have left the concept bloodied, beaten, and unrecognizable, although not immediately obvious. The inaccurate characterization of entropy weighed heavily in the current event involving education, especially in national and international debates involving the teaching of evolution. As with the concept of entropy, the theory of evolution by natural selection was originally proposed and has been refined primarily during the preceding 2 centuries. A common misinterpretation of the concept of entropy, that all systems progress towards more disorder, has been leveraged by those challenging evolution science and the teaching of evolution in the school by asserting that thermodynamics falsifies evolution. For example, Morris 2000, Rose 2004, yeah, 2005, blah, 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 blah. Yet, much like the commonplace mm, misinterpretation of Darwin's theory of natural selection as survival of the fittest, entropy is not a progression from order to disorder or chaos. Rather, entropy is a measure of disorder. The conflation of its inaccurate interpretation with common misconception about evolution has resulted in a host of unfounded arguments that purport to challenge evidence for evolution and teaching evolution in classroom. Current misses misuses of entropy and thermodynamics in arguments against evolution present teachable moments to clarify the concept of entropy and related misconceptions about evolution that are often used hand in hand with misinterpretation of entropy. With this goal in mind, we present a historical review of the concept of entropy in the context of thermodynamics, provide an easily understood definition of entropy, including examples that can be used in classroom setting, and discuss how entropy actually relates to and supports the theory of evolution. Yay! Now for the example part. But you guys cannot see the example. So basically, just the same shit again, right? Nothing, nothing that is that important. Okay, so these are the examples. Example, for example, I don't know what this is. Help. Copernicus, I cannot read, guys, when I hold this camera. Scientific revolution. Oh, wait, I wanna see if you guys actually believe in evolution or not, or how many people we have that doesn't believe in evolution. Mom, look, my dad believes in evolution. What's happening? Evolution, right? Yeah, I hope I spelled it correctly. Evolotio. My spellings, I am pretty much of an idiot, to be honest. Okay, so we have some example of it. Let's go check the examples, which I showed you. You can rewind and see it, assuming you can. Okay, I don't understand this. What this? Processes inspires the scientific evolution. Okay. Newton published this principle. 1758, Linnea publishes System Nature. Darwin publishes Origin of Species. Maxwell's laws publish. Coins on the term. Redefines entropy. Here's discovers radioactivity. Maxwell's blah 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 equal to mc square. Maximum entropy statistics. Okay. Too many shits that I don't understand or know about. But I'm okay with that. Okay, so let's keep going, right? Okay, what is entropy? An historical perspective. Rudolf Clausius, I don't know how to pronounce his name, coined the term entropy from the Greek word entropion, from for transformation and change, driven blah blah blah. This transformation idea arose from the studying the interaction of refrigeration and heat engine and the transfer of heat Q between the two. Clausius' conclusion was that the heat changed while the quantity of the ratio of the heat over the temperature T remained the same. This conclusion led to the first definition that describes as the change of entropy, ds equal to dq by T. Help? A little bit don't understand. Do you guys understand these things? Maybe time for AI. Explaining the math, which Klaus stated thusly. He stated thusly. Fucking prick. I want to know what does the math mean? T is equal to echo. Okay, change in entropy. Okay, so change in entropy is measured how many ways energy can be arranged. dq, the small amount of heat added to the system. That's absolute temperature in Kelvin in which the heat is added. Change it. Okay, okay, okay. If you can add heat to a system at a lower temperature, the entropy increases more than if you add the same. Okay, I understand. Because the problem that happens for me is that I don't understand entropy that well. So if I add more things, the possibility of the number of possibility will increase, right? Okay, I understand. I understand a little bit of it. I would not say I understand it fully. So if you understand it, you can explain as well. Which clauses stated thusly, every bodily system possesses in every state a particular entropy, and this entropy designates the preference of nature for the state in question. In all the process which occur in the system, entropy can only grow, never diminish. Oh, okay, okay. So more heat we add, the more it will grow. So it can only grow but never diminish. So it can only become better but never become less. That's cool. Uh, what? Clause's definition of entropy led directly to a amico- sorry, mathematical statement of the second law of thermodynamics. Okay, ds divided by dt is gonna be bigger or equal to dq by dt. Okay. In words, equation 2 states that the changes in entropy with time will always be greater or equal to the changes of heat divided by the temperature or sorry, divided by the temperature, or put more simply using equation 1, the changes of entropy with time will always be greater or equal to the state starting entropy. But the question still remains, what was this mysterious quantity known as entropy? Clause's definition did not state what entropy was, but only how entropy changed as functions of heat and temperature. It was clear that entropy had an innate tie with the degradation of usable energy into an unusable form. From an engineering perspective, this meant the generation of unrecoverable heat from any work done by an engineer or person. The idea of entropy prompted intense re examination of the ideas behind the concept of entropy by some of the most well respected scientists of 80s, including James Clerk Maxwell and John Scruth. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'll pronounce it in a way. aka Lord Rylot. Rylot? Is he from One Piece? What's happening? Maxwell postulated that entropy had to be a distinct physical property of a body and must be zero when completely deprived of heat. Maxwell and Rylot, this meant that as heat from one body was transferred to another, the entropy of the system of two bodies must increase. This idea persisted until most of the literature of the day stated the entropy, like the energy, is therefore determinable only as regard its change and not in an absolute value. Okay, so because entropy, so they thought that entropy cannot be seen, like how much entropy there is. Like for example, energy, right? We don't know how much energy there is, right? So we cannot say absolute number. So all we have to do is like find the changes of number, and we can blah, 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 we can calculate from there, right? I want to search it properly to understand it better. I hope they can give me an example. I hope ChatGPT is better at this. Simple explanation of the passage is Maxwell Rayleigh suggested that entropy is a real physical property of system like energy. They also proposed that entropy should be zero if the system has no heat. When the heat moves from one object to another, the total entropy combined system always increase. This is early ways of stating that second law of thermodynamics. However, at this times, most scientists thought that only changes in entropy mattered, not the absolute value. They say, okay, entropy like energy is determinable only in terms of change, not in absolute value. That means that we focus on how entropy changes, not the exact amount. Okay. Intuitive example, imagine two cups of water. Okay, so this is an example. Imagine a cup of water. the other cold. One cup is hot, the other is cold. If you pour a little heat from the hot cup to the cold cup, the hot cup loses energy, its entropy decreasing slightly. Okay, I understand. The cold cup gains energy, its entropy increasing slightly more. Total entropy of both cups together increase even if one cup loses entropy. Yeah. Entropy is real and measurable, not just a math trick. Absolute entropy wasn't considered important at first, only change in entropy. How? Oh, because both of them are still hot. There's energy. The cold cup gains energy. Okay, that's something a little bit weird for me to understand. A little bit difficult for me to understand, right? Can I clarify? Oh, okay. Can you guys hear me now? My microphone ran out of charge. Eh, My mic ran out. Wait, you guys can hear me? Okay, okay. Sorry, sorry. My mic. Fuck. My mic ran out of charge. Can you guys read the English part for me? Polemic was rife and good senses in so the thing I was explaining is like if you believe in evolution or not, it doesn't matter to me. Today I debated a lot about a lot of fucking topics, and none of them benefited me, you know. So I don't really care. Like just think of this as a fun thing to do. I just wanted to read this paper for a long time about how thermodynamics proves evolution. So it's just do it with me, okay, guys? Not don't need to believe in evolution. You don't need to not believe in evolution. I don't care. I mean, if you believe in God, it's really really fine. You can believe in both things at simultaneously. Make it as inter integratable as possible. What is that word? Am I losing my English skills? Irritable. So it's fine. Don't need to be a dick about it, guys. We're just gonna read it. Believe humans came from fish that started walking on land. Interreactable. So interreactable, right? But there is a problem. This is the paper. Interactable. But the poo. How about this? Is this better? But I need to use AI to sometimes understand some of the topics, and I'm gonna talk slowly in a very very generous voice so you guys can feel better. Haha, interreactable. Reactable. My English sucks. I don't think anyone believes that humans come from fish that started walking on the land. I know that a lot of people tells you that, but that's not what actually people believes. Okay, let's go. How about now? Can you guys see the paper? Okay, so here is a problem for me. I don't understand this math, which I need to look it up. Yes, entropy is equal to randomness. That is what we learn, today. Wait, can you see my prompts? Yeah, you can see, but I wanna know what this explains. Some of the math I need to actually search because I'm not very good at math. Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. Is Boltzmann's equation for entropy. Here is a simple explanation. S equal to entropy of the system. So S equal to entropy of the system. So entropy means randomness. Yes, entropy means how many ways we can. Entropy it doesn't mean randomness, but entropy means like the way we can arrange all the things like energies can be Boltzmann constant. Okay, so it's a constant, doesn't matter. And omega multiplicity, the number of possible microscopic arrangement of a system that corresponds to the same microscopic state. What it means. Entropy means how many ways a part of a system can be arranged. If there are more possible arrangement, the entropy is higher. Okay, I know this already. The logarithm is used because entropy is additive for independent system. It converts huge number of arrangements into manageable values. Entropy equal to how many? Yeah, thank you. A large log scale. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, I am a gooner. How about you? Are you a gooner? We can be friends though. By the way, guys, don't do racism against me. I'm really tired of racism. Like in China, I get racism because I'm brown. In YouTube, I get racism because you guys assume that I'm Chinese. So what the fuck is happening, guys? I'm gonna get racism from both people, both parties. Fuck you all. But I know today you're not doing racism. You guys are good people today. Today you guys are just gonna be mad at me for reading about evolution. Racism is a social construct. It is a social construct. Yeah, I've been getting a fucking lot of hate, in China. Okay, I understand this already. So let's go back to reading. Okay, by the way, remember, guys, another reminder is this is like just a whiny bitch. Funny. So again, reminder: this is a Q2 paper. Q2 paper means that it's not a very high quality paper. It's a small level paper. Still have PTSD from going viral on Chinese social media. Not a very final. Okay, so remember, guys, I went viral before on media in Douyin, in Jinan, and don't talk about it. People cannot know about it. And later, yeah, they're fucking posting of my pictures everywhere and saying how racist I am, even though I didn't do anything racist. Fuck you all. This one can be quantified and yeah, make a math. Deport this invader. His eyes aren't square. I'm not doing suspicious activity. I do everything publicly. Just people fucking hates me. Ah, and it's normal to hate me. I mean, like, I make videos, guys. Come on. I made video on Douyin with my friends, and it was a little bit viral. I am a celebrity, so I had to change my hair because people fucking recognizes me, and I cannot be normal life. I cannot live a normal fucking life. Just kidding, guys. People are too blind to know who I am. Okay, let's go back to reading. Okay, so the two important terms in the equation are omega and the multiplicity. GB, so Boltzmann constant, Boltzmann constant has the value of 1.380 degree, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't care about this. That connects the macroscopic thermodynamics of gases to the microscopic perspective of Boltzmann by allowing the conversion of temperature into units of energy. Deal and Bomek, the multiplicity is the number of microscopic data that describe the microscopic multiplicity of the system, is a quantitative measurement of ways to arrange a system that made entropy. Counting problem, how many ways can we distribute energy? Okay. Teachable example of entropy. The idea of multiplicity is at the crux. What does this word mean? You're that guy from the one K-pop band that aren't Yukim. No. People in Southwest part. Yeah, that does. Not very viral, guys. Come on. You guys can see my Gooning website. The most important central crux. I learned new word. Did you guys know this word crux? I wonder central or decisive point crux. Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna use this word, by the way, against other people to show them I'm knowledgeable. Not like that, guys. Not like that. Just don't care about it. Okay. Kum kum kum. uh, Despite Schrodinger's claim that a brief explanation is in non-teachable terms is well, what, Nick? Impossible, Schrodinger. We shall endeavor to clarify this concept through two examples. For the first example, we shall examine a macroscopic system of 10 books that is not subjected to thermodynamic effect within the institution of multiplicity. We shall return our attention to the thermodynamic system of a dye diffusion in solution. Both of this system can be used to eliminate the idea of multiplicity. Okay, so this is the experiment, by the way. You're right now, yes. It is funny. My subjects, blah, 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 blah. But this is some paper that I always wanted to read, how thermodynamics reacts to evolution. So I was always curious about it. And I'm like, fuck, okay, let's read it. No, 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 no. Okay, we already understand this. A macroscopic example. On a macroscopic scale, multiplicity can be thought of the number of ways that of arrangement a set of items, such as the book 10 books shows in the figure. Books were chosen by the authors to represent a selection of important books. Wait, I will read. Do you dabble in quantum physics? No, I don't. I am a management student. I'm not a physics student. That's why I have to look up the terms, Uh, but I want to know like about evolution. That's something that I'm interested in. So I thought like, okay, we can read a paper. Later on, we're gonna read our own papers, read our own papers, try to do our own things. And remember, guys, you don't really need to believe in evolution. I don't really care about that. We can all be friends. You believe in evolution, you don't believe in evolution, as long as you pay me, I'm your friend. I'm your paid friend. Than the average Chinese person? No, of course not. No, guys. Uh, like if you think about my girlfriend, she's top 30, right? She's gonna be like top 10% students in China. But if you think about me, I'm gonna be bottom 30% student. Okay. Science book, A Brief History of Time. Each book contains a set of properties. The title and the authors of the broad subject of the year was published in the number of the pages and so on. One of the natural ways to arrange these books on a shelf is alphabetically by authors. There is only one way to do this arrangement. Capricious Darwin blah 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 blah. Since there is only one single way to arrange these books alphabetically, it would be have a multiplicity of one. Okay. What if we do not care about if the books are arranged alphabetically, but specifically specify that they are so okay, this is a very simple experiment, very simple experiment. Okay, so if you have 10 books, let's say you have books of math, physics, chemistry. If you arrange all the books alphabetically, let's say all the 10 of the books have the name of like apla slipla klep sorry apla blikla sikla klapla dipla dipla and so forth so on. You can arrange them in one single way. There would be no other way to arrange them. But let's say we divide them by, uh, let's say, 5 books of science, 5 books of math. So there's gonna be five ways to uh, 5 ways to arrange the books, right? Okay, okay, okay. We're gonna try to make it simple. Let's see if our blender comes in play here or not. Blender. Okay, so something inside me that pulls me into surface. Imagine this is a book. Okay. Uh, okay, we should make a shelf. Okay, this is a book. We can make it this book better, to be honest. Help. Okay. More or less, it's a book, right? Ibaba Goblet insert this retard. No, 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 no. Unreal Engine. Yeah, it's not Unreal Engine, but it's Blender. I love Blender. 1, 2. Okay, let's say we have 3 books. Let's make a shelf. How to make a shelf? Let's make a simple shelf, okay? But always remember, guys, simplicity is beautiful. Okay. This is our shelf. Now our job is to rearrange the books. Let's say, okay, let's say this is the 3 books, okay? Let's say this is A, B, C, okay? If we arrange the books alphabetically, A go first, B go second, C go third. But imagine if A, B, C is not the book, but first 2 book, A, B, is math, and C is another book. So A can go here, B can go here, C can go here, right? Or math book can be shuffled, right? Understand? There should be 9 possible ways. This is how they make Adidas in China. Well, use control. Control? Why control? Blunder. Blunder in chess. Okay, so understand. So they can be shuffled and do 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 do. So that all the fucking shit. That's what entropy is. Just the amount of places. It literally sounds like a Jiang now. Math book can be shuffled. Yes. No, no, this is math book. This part is the math book. They can be shuffled. That's fucking literal science. That's what they're teaching you, but they're teaching you in a bigger way. You know, you fucking saw that. It's okay. You can see everything. I don't care. Hack my channel. So this is the do. I don't want to explain it so broadly, but you guys read it. So if you arrange by authors, it's gonna be only one way to arrange. But if you arrange by subject, the multiplicity is gonna be 5 and 5, and this the possibility possible of arrangement is like this much. And if you by 50 years, then make sense? Hoping it makes sense because I already used Blender to show you. No one in your ever, if you ever go to school, no one ever gonna use Blender to show you this shit, and I did. So you guys should call me Professor Professor Jiang Omega Pro. As I predicted that U.S. and China have a very good relationship. It's I predict. No one else ever did that. I am using AI, but this one because I need AI to explain to me some of the concept. I'm not a physics major. You know, like I said, I just want to read this paper. Okay, from here, I need AI to explain some concept. I didn't know what is entropy. I just learned it today. You can reverse back the live stream. What if we do not care if the books are arranged alphabetically? And the book, blah, 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 blah. Okay, okay, okay. So, however, if we did not care about the books were arranged, okay, so this part we already know. A macroscopic example. With the intuition of the multiplicity we built from the looking at the macroscopic example of book. Can you guys read it? Okay, you guys can read it now. Yes, you have to add Pro Max to it. I'm Professor Jiang Pro Max. Pro Max. What does a drop of food coloring spread out? Okay, so bookshop. We can now turn our attention to a macroscopic example of a particles diffusion. Figure 3. Where is figure 2, right? Help? Yeah, it's figure 2. Oh, okay, this is figure 3. Yeah, this is figure 3. Okay, we can check it later. First read, then check the figure, okay? A glass of water. What does a drop of food coloring spread out? Why does that is diffuse when introduced to a glass of water? The answer is because entropy is higher than when the particle making up the dye are interspaced between the molecule of water. I cannot see anything. Yes, remember, guys, I'm the best teacher in the world. I don't need a blackboard because I have fucking Blender. Actually, I can use Blackboard also. How to use it again? Oh, I don't know. Okay, I cannot. I'm just kidding. You guys didn't hear that. Cut that part. To visualize this system, let us make a few simplification assumptions. All molecules can be treated as simple spheres. There are no interaction among molecules. Molecules can only inhabit discrete xy position on two-dimension Cartesian plane. Only one molecule can inhabit any given position at a given time. Okay, the reason why often, like if you because Jiang is a fucking asshole. Remember that. He's a fucking idiot. And I don't know why people often debates Mehdi Hassan. I mean, like, that's just a career ending thing, right? Literally, that guy wrote a book, How to Never Lose. He's a fucking debater. And you go to debate him and you lose. And then you end your career. If I ever become famous, guys, I will not debate Mehdi Hassan. Trust me on that. I know the money seems really good. I can get a lot of views out of that shit, milk a lot of shit out of that. But I'm not doing that. Remember, I don't feel well. Okay, so often in science, you see they're gonna simplify a lot of things. They're gonna assume a lot of things. And the reason for that is like both of the situation are possible. If you don't make assumptions, the paper becomes very difficult to write, and it becomes almost, how to say, impossible to do experiments. But often in nature, all positions are possible at the same time. Told you how to go viral. You have to bother innocent Chinese NPCs. Yeah, that's true, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to be viral. I mean, I want to be viral. I'm not gonna lie. I want to be viral. Yes. Okay. It's not that simple. In nature, H2O doesn't stay alone. Double down, so people have a reason to be racist. Yeah, that's true. Fuck universities. But I don't want to do that. I mean, I want to be viral, but I don't want to do that. Don't do it in a day. It's okay, it's okay. I understand already. You don't need to explain everything. This is not a court of law, guys. You guys are allowed to make mistakes. I am allowed to make mistakes, which I'm gonna do often. And it's not a court of law. You're not gonna go to jail. This is not a debate, okay? Not a stage to debate. Okay, so when we first introduced the dye to our system, the molecules of the dye are located closely together in our simple system of 225 particles, 220 water molecules, and 5 black dye molecules. This means that the dye molecules are found in the middle 5x5 square of our system, figure 3A in this system. Okay, we can actually, we have the AI power to actually visualize this. Do you guys want to see that? If you guys want to see this, let me know. Okay. This makes the multiplicity when the die. We can use Blender to visualize this. Okay, this makes the multiplicity when the die is introduced to zero. The total number of ways to place 5 dice multiplicity is combination, and the result of multiplicity becomes at the next moment in time. The die molecules have the ability to access a large number of areas, however, throughout all mathematical shit. I don't want to read it. Mom, I don't want to study. But I understand this part. Rather, it is characterized by the numbers of ways as arranging the molecules. Okay. Misinterpretation of entropy and the second law of thermodynamics. So all this H2, what H2? H2O. So all of this just means that. Oh, so all of this is just a way to explain what is entropy, which I don't care. I'm just kidding. I care. Misinterpretation of entropy and the second law of thermodynamics. On the first page of Joseph Frederick Klein book, Physical Signification of Entropy or the Second Law, he wrote, unreal and elusive. So it is no wonder that in certain engineering quarters it was dubbed the ghostly qu- quantity. What? This was written in 1910. Despite ongoing improvement in communication, the idea of entropy is still misinterpreted throughout the literature. So this is a creationist book. So I guess, and he wrote this shit. I don't understand what it means, but okay. If you guys understand, you guys can help. So remember, guys, the reason why we do live stream is so you guys can help me understand some possible ways. I mean, understand some facts because I am an idiot and I don't speak English well. I mean, I do speak English well, but not like this type of English, right? It's a complicated English. So you guys are supposed to help me. And you guys have the ability to Google, find some AI shit. I don't know. Do your shit and find me and information, okay? What exists without reverse entropy? What is reverse entropy? Entropy as disorder. Sorry, entropy as disorder. The popular consciousness and many biological authors have linked the idea of entropy to disorder and chaos. Many authors use the concept of messy room compared to a tidy room to explain disorder. Albert at blah 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 Peterson. Although the concept of entropy and disorder are inherently linked, disorder is only a metaphor for entropy. For entropy. Entropy, not the definition. For example, a tidy room is said to have a low entropy, while a messy room is said to have a high entropy because it has more disorder. Yet we are never told what disorder is, which is critical in clarifying the concept of entropy. Before cleaning up the ideas associated with a messy room, let us turn our attention to a random sequence of heads and tails that can be generated by flipping a coin 100 times. If we cannot any clear patterns are ordered in the sequence of flips we would call the sequence disordered. If we did descended pattern, say 50 heads followed by 50 tails, or an alternate sequence of heads and tails, we would call the sequence order. Yet every single individual sequence of coins flips has the same probability, the same multiple. Oh, okay. So this part I understand very well. Yeah. Actually, you don't need. But I can do it in a different way. If you want visualization, I can use magic. Do you guys want to see the magic? Uh, what did you remember? Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. I can do this magic. Wait, wait, wait. One second. If someone doesn't believe in evolution, he is just part of a cult. Not really. Uh, there are a lot of Chinese people who doesn't believe in evolution and they don't believe in God. Okay, so the reason why many people doesn't believe in evolution because there's a lot of money that is being spent to like popularize their idea. Understand? It's not about a cult. It's sometimes about like not learning. For a large, tosses probably coverage. Wait. Theory of evolution is hated upon because it directly depends on the theory of creation. Darwin, I don't know. I mean, Darwin evolution theory is not really one of the best one. I mean, yeah, it is true, but it is just a theory. Computer algorithm work really well, prove the principle is solid. Yeah, of course evolution is 100% accurate. Mm, use Python script to visualize spheres. 1 minute. I cannot see what I'm typing. Genetics prove how evolution. Yeah, of course, of course. Evolution is a proven theory. You're talking about these things. A very another good thing that is evolution is real is simply if you Darwin was 50% of the theory, Richard Dawkins self-gene explains the other half. Not really. There's billions of scientists who are working on that. Not only Richard Dawkins and Darwin. Darwin was like 100 years ago. After Darwin, there we found like genetics. From genetic, I hate when some quantum physicist who is still comes to some new idea and shits on it because it doesn't align with their theory. What? Which one? What are you talking about? They don't understand. No, no. This is not disproving. How to say? It is proving like evolution exists due to thermodynamics. I heard this in the another debate. Oh, so this one. Can I just get the code? They run it by themselves. It seems. Richard Dawkins is a racist, but still, his work in biology is not bad. Understand? As far as I know, I didn't read his paper. I'm not a biologist. Remember that. Okay, let's keep going, guys. Only thing I know about Richard Dawkins is that he's a biologist and his works are, of course, published in Nature and shit like that. Okay, before cleaning the messy room, blah 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 blah. Okay, so I understand this part. I'll explain this part very simply. So, what is entropy? So, if you toss a coin, the probability of getting a head or a tail is 1/2. Okay, but element test retention of DNA mutation, it is solid. Wait, did Darwin know about DNA? I don't know. I think Darwin didn't know. Chinese believe in dinosaurs? Yeah, of course. I don't know. Mista? Who's that? They didn't know about DNA. Yeah, that's what I know. Darwin didn't know about DNA. He didn't know about DNA because he's like 100 years old, right? So he's only the thing that Darwin explained was the selection and mutation, right? Is it like mutation happens due to selection, right? That's all, right? I fuck. Stop saying the word right. Okay. So entropy. Monk's P studies that some information inherits inherited information. Yeah, I don't know. Model had very Primitive theory. Yeah. So after that, gene theories came to be. Now we have so many thousands of theories that I cannot even count. Uh, yeah, but yeah, there Darwin's even before Darwin, there were evolutionary biologists, but Darwin is the most prominent one who gave a system. And of course, Darwin didn't say that we come from monkeys. I don't know, guys. If you guys keep going farther, I will not understand. Remember that I'm not a biologist. My knowledge about biology is just like basic high school level. Definition, but inheritor has been obsessed. I don't know. Knowing something and proving something. Oh, really? You're a doctor? I have autoimmune disorder. Can you treat me for free, please? I'm dying today. I went to hospital. Whether being random, random to quantum physics. No, maybe it's not random. Come on, guys. I do study all the time. Sometimes, I mean, this channel from alcoholism to this is not. Is this quantum physics? Wait, this is quantum physics? I thought it is thermodynamics. What is? No, I don't think it's quantum physics, right? How can I get better? It's genetic disorder. I'm gonna die. I'm not. I'm not gonna die. Oh, by the way, guys, I want to do an update on this channel. So today I went to a hospital. I the doctor look at all my tests and everything, and he's like, "Yeah, you need to go admit into hospital." So maybe this Friday. Oh, thermodynamics is quantum. I didn't know. So the hospital, the doctor told me like, "Hey, you need to admit." What disorder? I don't know how to say it. Whichever steroid I see or whatever that keeps regular. Okay. But now I don't have MMED. So they said I need to admit to the hospital. And after I admit to the hospital, one doctor suggested that I do like biological treatment. Oh, but I'm not gonna become like disabled, right? I'm scared of being disabled. If I die, it's okay. But I don't want to be disabled. Leave alone. Imagine I'm disabled. Lay on this bed and die without food. It's gonna be depressing. I'm gonna do live stream about that. I'm dying. Help, help. No man. Yay. Then it's okay. I don't want to get admitted to hospital. I really, really don't like it. Let's see. And I don't know if my insurance is gonna cover this or not. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up, text my university, text the insurance company, do all this shit. But have acceptance towards your disease. We come to our world. Yeah, yeah, of course. I do accept it. I don't care. I mean, I accept it. What exactly is the issue with my body? I don't know how to say it in English or Chinese or any other language. Yep. I mean, I don't have any symptoms. It's just like I don't want to be disabled. Am I blind? I don't know. Are you blind? I hope you're not. Translate it. I will translate it and post it on the YouTube channel. Okay. I have all my test results. But first thing first, guys. Okay, let's get back to reading this. This is something that I enjoy. So, what entropy means? You seem very genuine. Yes, of course. Thank you. Thank you so much. How can be you can be so also like autoimmune disorder, like the thing that is happening with me, I can explain to you. So, thank you. Thank you so much. So my autoimmune system, my immune system attacks my healthy cells. So they attack my spine, do both part of my spine. So both part of my spine has some damage due to damage, like the bone density has become increased and it become hardened. So there is a possibility, as far as I know from AI. Okay, I didn't know this from a doctor. I'm not a doctor. Remember, I study management and economics, not fucking medicine or biology. So there is a possibility of it the damage become progressive because it's a progressive disease. So it cannot progress into disability. But hopefully not for me because I got the things already. And the doctor said this life has been very educational. Thank you. Yay, professor. Not a fucking professor. Durable, yeah, maybe. I'm gonna be so durable that I'm not gonna take damage anymore. Cannot even bet. Okay, so again, go back to entropy, guys. So if you toss a coin, the possibility of you getting like head or tail is like 1/2, right? Isn't it? Isn't it 1/2? I don't know. I cannot remember. My math is very poor. So the top amount of result goes down, right? Eh? Yeah, 1/2. So it is gonna be 1/2. The the problem that has by your own cells, yes. I'm getting fucked by my own cell. So okay, so remember, like if you toss a coin, the probability of getting head or tail is 1/2. So let's say you toss a coin more than 100 times, the possibility of you getting head or tail is gonna be like 1/50, right? Because you're gonna inverse square law. Yeah, but my math is not good. Two, two, 100, and then you're gonna get 50. So 1/50, maybe half and half, right? Can I evolve into a vampire, half octopus? Actually, yeah, it is incorrect because now I'm doing the math and then it's become 50. So it became incorrect. Uh, Actually, when my girlfriend went to Oxford, she asked the professor, like, what is a vampire? And the professor answered, like, vampire is just a blood disease. It comes from blood disease, like tuberculosis and things like that. I don't remember all of that. So if you want to get a tuberculosis to become a vampire. Okay, guys, help me with the math, probability math. Have vampires? Yes, I am one. Probability. China doesn't have vampire. Cannot see what I'm typing. Probability math. I don't remember the probability math. Toss coin 100 times. My math is so shit. If you H and tail, so 1/2, right? Yeah, it was correct. You bad guy. So multiply by 1000. Okay. So, it's the power is gonna become 100. Okay. Isn't a law about natural derivation of me? I don't know these things. If you say these things, it's going to be too complicated. Is life not already complicated? But you make it more complicated. Okay, I understand now. Okay, uh, so you have a 50% chance, right, of getting head or tail, either head or tail. But if you do it like 100 times, and let's say you get TS, toss, tail, I guess. Where is TS? Where did you get TS? H and T, head and tail. It is? Brr, 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 brr. Where is TS? Help. Help me. Okay, I cannot find statistic math in English. Oh, really? I have never seen math, guys. Math is not my thing. Math is not my thing. So, okay, understand this. I don't know. Where's TS? What are you guys getting TS from? Am I seeing something wrong? Help? Mom? Dad? Where is this TS? Okay, do. Write a script. Write a script. Fuck it. We're gonna use ChatGPT today. Heads or tails always have that 1/3 variable everyone overlooks for like it falling on the middle. To simplify, there is not only third, there is also another variable. It going inside your eyes or it going inside your mouth and is swallowing it. Do do it. Do it. I wanna finish the yeah. We need to use ChatGPTs, to explain some of the things I don't know. Okay, so basically, guys, as you toss a coin, there is a possibility that you get 50 heads and 50 tails. Understand? But there is also the possibility that you don't get any head and you get all the tails. TSUK. You should K. What? Okay, so this is what entropy is the arrangement, blah, blah, blah. Getting back to our poor example of a messy room, why does a messy room or disordered room have higher entropy? Any configuration of items in the room will be unique and therefore have the same multiplicity. Using our coin example, the actual placement of items is less important than how we define the order versus disorder. A tidy or a ordered room is a room where the items in the room inhabit a small set of possible places. The books on the bookshelf or the clothes on the desk, blah, 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 blah. The number of configuration we consider. Okay, so it's just basically this. Why? How do you guys want to read that? This is how research papers are written. Okay, what can I do? Change the system? So basically this, right? So if a room is messy, that doesn't mean anything, you know? It doesn't mean anything. It just means that the places where your clothes and things are, places where your clothes are and uh and your books are placed is random. I mean, it doesn't change. Like your room being messy doesn't change the entropy. It's the same entropy. It's just rearranged in a different way. As long as you take entire room and all the products in the room as the entropy. I mean, as the products, as a product of entropy. While if you add something to it, then we're reading a paper on thermodynamics. Remember, Knock? What is calculus? I don't know. It's just a way to calculate like massive amount of number, right? Yeah, don't change it because it is reinforced. What? It is reinforced on what? Do you guys understand what I'm researching in ChatGPT, right? Just definitions and explanations. This is the paper. We're reading a paper. What did you do for someone? What are you guys talking about? Okay, we explained it well enough. Let's go. Let's go back to the paper. It's almost done, guys. Thus, a messy room does not have higher entropy because it is a messy or disoriented, but rather because there are more configuration than an orderly room, and that is it. Its multiplicity is higher. Negative entropy. Negative entropy. Another popular misconception is the idea of negative entropy. And entropy itself can never be negative, but it is possible for entropy to decrease. This misunderstanding seems to arise from two sources: the historical development of entropy and Schrodinger's using the idea describe life. The later, it's a mathematical trick used to describe order, while the former is a holdover of misinterpretation. Misstepology, I don't know how that is. The development of thermodynamics and statistical physics before Boltzmann and his canonical understanding of thermodynamics, most scientists were concerned with the change in entropy. Body, according to the Maxwell, the 0 point of entropy is defined when a body is totally deprived of heat. Blah blah blah. Planck stated that the entropy of a body is given state, like a internal energy, is completely determined up to an additive constant, whose value depends on the zero state. At that time, it was convenient to set the 0 point of entropy at a standard temperature and pressure, which allow negative entropy because entropy could be decreased from the standard value point. Standard value. After Boltzmann, actually, how to pronounce his name? Boltzmann, right? This change to this change, the introduction of multiplicity made temperature largely tangible, tangential. What is that word means? Look, now I need to use AI. Okay. Forced to human understanding. What's your time? Oh, my time is 11:18. Chat GPT. Yeah, wait, do you guys say Jews or Israel? Tangentially means something is only slightly indirectly or superficially related to a main topic of path. Oh, you bad guys. The introduction of multiplicity made temperature. So temperature is largely not related and forced an absolute minimum value of 0 for entropy. The only possible way to get a negative value of entropy would be to have a multiplicity of less than 1. What does it mean to have 0.5 ways of arranging books in a bookshelf, or 0.3 ways of arranging a of coins? Sequence of coins flips. Multiplicity is quantized quantity, which can only have values of positive integers, and therefore entropy can only have values of equal or greater than 0. Okay, there's no such thing as negative entropy. Yes, I learned a lot. Opposite of order. No, entropy is not opposite of order. That's what we're learning. Entropy just means arrangement. So order is also entropy. Do you think early humans ate a bunch of psychedelic mushroom? Yes, 100%. Yeah, I don't know what I. The only possible way to get okay. So basically, right? Basically means that if you want to have entropy, there's no way you can have negative entropy because it's multiplicity, and it's arrangement, and you cannot arrange 0.5. So it has to be a whole positive numbers. Anthropologist now spell. Anthropologist. Anthropol. Give up. The major thrust of Schrodinger's argument is in his book, 1944 book, What is Life, is that organism produce entropy by living and therefore must feed upon negative entropy to remain alive. Yet we have previously discussed that negative entropy is a nonsensical concept. Nonsensical concept because multiplicity cannot be fractional values. Schrodinger clarified the expression negative entropy to that of entropy taken with the negative sign. This mathematical trick turns Boltzmann equation into the following. Okay, we read this, what it means. It is important to note that multiplicity has the same meaning as before, that of the multiplicity, but if we relate omega to disorder, what meaning does it inverse have? Well, as numbers that increase, the value of one decreases. So if the disorder is metaphor of multiplicity, then the inverse can be thought as a measure of order. This is Schrodinger's point, and despite it being an intriguing concept, it remains an unnecessary mathematical trick. Okay. I don't understand. Entropy is both 0 and 1. How? Yeah, entropy can be 0. Oh, no. It says like after both. So this is what we're reading now. Before they say that entropy can be negative, right? Because of temperature. But now, because of multiplicity, they don't believe like entropy can be negative. That's all. And yes, entropy can be absolute 0, but it cannot be negative. No, who's that? Who's that? Is he famous? Is he important? But I don't understand this. How do we understand this? Can we read it again? Impossible to know that it has the same meaning as before, but if we relate to disorder, does it inverse have? What is space wrap, bro? Space wrap? What that? This I don't understand. Maybe ask AI. Something inside me that some author, I think he spoke a similar thing. Oh, okay, I'll check it out. Entropy, Boltzmann concept, multiplicity, monomer, possible microstrands, regular Boltzmann, okay, more arrangement, higher entropy, less arrangement, lower entropy, negative. So wants to find. So if it's like this, it's already chuk chuk chuk, right? And become normal. Either way. Wanted a way to describe order instead of disorder by writing. Oh, okay. You can see fewer macro, more order, large negative entropy. This is mostly a mathematical trick, not a new physics law. Oh, okay. So this is just a mathematical trick. Sample with books. Suppose you have 5 books arranged perfectly in order. Okay. So now using negative entropy. Oh, it's just going to be the same, right? Yeah, it's always going to be the same. More disorder. Heart arrangement. So negative entropy decreases as multiplicity increases, which mirrors the idea of order versus nothing. It means nothing. No, I'm not writing a paper on thermodynamics. It's just something that I was always interested on about evolution, how thermodynamics to do with evolution. That I wanted to know like how physics explain evolution. So I thought like, hey, I'm gonna read a paper about it. Let's read a paper. It's not a very good paper. Remember that it's a Q2 paper, but it's still a paper. I mean, it's better than what I can write. I'm gonna write a paper later. Oh, when I write my paper, you guys can read it, and you guys can use it for faking, faking shits. Okay, so go back. So this is nothing. This part is nothing. It's just nothing. Mean nothing. It's not a new law. It's the same thing, just written with a negative sign. The second law of thermodynamics is usually understood to be the tendency of an entropy of a system to increase, but like calling entropy disorder, this is an oversimplification. Entropy disorder. So if you call entropy disorder, is a read your own paper instead and be vain. My papers are shit. I will write a good paper, someday. So being called okay, this is the oversimplification. Richard Feynman described the second law of thermodynamics to entropy to increase with time as a system moves to equilibrium. An alternative statement of the second law of that isolated system of equilibrium has the macro state that it maximizes the entropy. The simplest description comes from the Philip Newton. The entropy of a system increases systematically when a constraint is removed. All of these definitions are correct and they are all the same things. To better understand this concept, let us revisit our example of books and bookshelf. We know that there is only one way of arranging the book of obligatory debt, but what happens when we start to loosen that constraint? If the books are constrained by the decade in which they were published, the number of arrangement gets up because of blah 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 blah. I know this already. We already know these things. So small little changes order. At first place, a cooling of a cup of a coffee violates the second law. The entropy is decreasing. The key point to resolve this ap- apparent aberration is to look closer at what all three definitions refer to as a system. The coffee cools down and loses entropy because it is part of a system involving the cup and air. The heat energy from the coffee imperf I don't know this how to pronounce this one. Imperceptibly warms the air. The entropy of the coffee goes down while the entropy of the air increases, and the entropy of the system of the coffee and air becomes greater than the entropy of the either component before the coffee started to cool. If our coffee was a perfectly isolated system, it would remain the same temperature. And the second law of thermodynamics has no problem with piece of system losing entropy, only the whole system. So do you guys understand what this means? It's balancing the zero one. My age, fuck, I don't have one. Entropy in disorder is universal balancing. Yeah, I know. Universe always has a zero mandate. Entropy of universe is not negative. That's all. Entropy of a system can be negative. Oh, that I didn't understand. Yes, in a way. So this is what explaining the thermodynamics. Like yes, that's what we read here now. Thank you. It's a very simple way to understand. So, like if we put a cup in space, and there is no other way for the no, not even a space, right? If we put a cup as a singular way, like maybe in space, let's say in space, the cup can, but not in space. Okay, let's say we put a cup in magic. The cup can never lose its heat and it will always be hot. The coffee will always be hot. So that's what all it is entropy and evolution. Using the concept of entropy. So here is the thing that I wanted to read entropy and evolution. That the sun can affect our weather on Earth. It does affect our weather on Earth, right? Sunlights. Using the concept of entropy to argue against evolution may seem nonsensical initially because the two concepts describes very different processes and originate in very different field figure on. Yet the marriage of these two concepts is one of the most strongly held Helvetic science, pseudoscientific argument that creationists and supporters of intelligent design commonly ascribes to. In this viewpoint, evolution is drive towards more complexity, more order. For example, more is 2000, check 2000 what? And the second law of thermodynamics drives system to less complexity, less order. Thus, their argument is that because the second law drives system towards less order, evolution towards more complexity is falsified. However, both of this interpretation, wait, what? Universe system surrounding if system loses entropy surrounding is yeah. I know. That I know. So people who believes in religion often argues these things. I didn't know that. So they comes and says the theory of okay. I'm gonna do the accent. I don't know what accent, but theory of thermodynamics says entropy. Sorry, from more things people become less things. Really, 6 9? Oh yeah, 69. It's not Arabic accent, but so people just often says like these things. I'm reading a paper as I'm bored. So basically, people things like that. Do you remind it? Yeah. I know, guys. You guys don't need to prove anything, okay? I believe in all of you. I've been debating a lot, remember, guys, debating with people, and I gain nothing out of it. So debates are fucking stupid. Okay, so the main thing is, guys, uh, uh, so creationist argues that because the law of thermodynamics, like because coffee becomes colder, so it's always like from complex it goes simplified. So evolution cannot exist. That's what people says. I didn't know that people say this shit. But that's nonsense. That is nonsense. One second, I need to get a charger. Mom, dad. I know why this paper is not ranked very well. It's very simple. It's easy for me to understand. If I can understand a paper, 100% your paper sucks. You need to write a paper that I cannot understand. Also, if you write a paper against creationists, that's a dumb fucking paper. Yeah, I know. Atoms instead of quarks? Oh, my leg hurts. Remember to double tap to like the live stream, guys. And remember to donate me money because I'm broke and I need to pay for my fucking hospital. And I'm dying. And I also want to scam you to get money. Okay. However, both of these interpretations are plentifully incorrect and are crouched in misunderstanding and misconception that is inherently biased conclusion always result from false assumptions and or incorrect data. Entropy and the origin of life. Okay. Entropy and origin of life. Baseline and factuality incorrect argument against evolution frequently rely upon evolution's lack of explanation power with regard to the origin of life. Yeah. Who this person, guys? I want to know who this is. Anyone know who this is? Yahya Jammeh or Yahya Sinwar. Producer someone's birth year. I don't know who this is. I don't want to care. Okay, don't care. They should reference it better, to be honest. This resistance towards evolution theory is misplaced. The theory of evolution via natural selection, Darwin, was never intended to and still does not address the question, where does life come from? Yes. So remember, guys, like theory of evolution doesn't explain where life comes from. That is a new form of research that is happening by many biologists. They are called I forgot. Creation of life researchers, something like that. I don't remember. I forgot that the resistance towards evolution theory is misplaced. The theory of evolution via natural selection. Was where does life come from? Yeah, evolution doesn't explain like Newton. I mean, sorry, Darwin didn't explain where does life come from. Darwin explained like the how evolution works. Theory does not address the question why did life arise. Yes, it doesn't. The purpose of theory of evolution by natural selection is solely describes the mechanism by which organisms change and diversify as a function of time and selection. So remember, guys, clonologist. By the way, guys, remember the one thing, okay? So, no, no, it doesn't. I forgot what it name. I used to remember it like creation, evolutionary biologist. No, I don't know. Origin of life researchers. I remember it. Oh my god, my brain is so good. Origin of life researchers. So there is a biologist who are origin of life researchers. So they try to make molecules to understand like how life was formed by making RNA, DNA, some shit like that. I don't understand their research as well. Remember, guys, economics student. So evolution never tried to explain like how people come from like frogs and shit or whatever you guys want to say it, call it. Okay, and it also doesn't need to answer where does life come from. That's not what science do. That's what philosophy do. That's why we need both philosophy and science. Okay. The purpose of theory of evolution by natural selection is only describe the mechanism. Okay, okay, okay. Instead of how why life come about is more appropriately addressed by the theories related to the thermodynamics. Small, simple molecules come from large, more complex molecules because they are more energetically and entropically favorable. Also, the reason why I explained that me economics concept. Then okay, I will. Yes. Evolution explained by economics. I'm not explaining evolution, guys. I'm I'm doing I'm reading a paper that I'm interested in, and I want you two guys to read this paper. I mean, not this paper. This paper is not a very good paper. Remember, this is just a Q2 paper. You can read better papers, okay? But there should be many papers on this topic. Why I chose this paper? Because it's easy to access and it's downloadable. If I access to another paper which is downloadable, I will read it also. Okay, where we are, the purpose of theory of evolution. By theories related to thermodynamics. So why life came to be is addressed by thermodynamics. I didn't know that. Small, simple molecules form large, more complex molecules because they are more energetically and entropically favorable. Deal and Boomberg 2003 model suggests that these same molecules self-assemble into collection of molecules similar to drops of oil in water. As these pockets of lower entropy continue to collect, they eventually develop into a single cell organism. This single cell organism can then take advantage of the energy from the sun to maintain order and life. Nelson, to only this point can evolution take over to provide an explanation of how H. sapiens, Homo sapiens, and millions of other species arose from such a single cause. Oh, to do with microbiology, right? This has to no. It's physics explaining why evolution comes to be. Okay, that I didn't know. I want AI to explain it to me again. I understand it, but I want to understand it more better. Explain, explain, and check. Shift to econ. Econ. I do econ every day. Explain and check. Primary literature. Literature. If this statement is valid, we can do economics tomorrow. Okay. Or we can do economics later after we finish this paper. For your passage, the passage code argues roughly two things. Physical evidence based on example of passage, whether it's supposed to primary scientific literature, the simple molecules from large molecules, complex molecules, one because it's thermodynamically favorable, these molecules self-assemble into a structure like oil in water applies these structures eventually become a single cell organism which could be used sunlight to maintain. Okay, let's check the simple molecule for okay, so yes, partially true with
but with important context in probiotic chemistry. So probiotic chemistry, this is the thing that origin of life researchers study. Yeah, me too, me too. It's a little bit complex, you know. Chemistry research, many models show that basic organic building blocks, amino acid, fuck it, sugars can form from simple components under early Earth condition. This is often driven by energy sources, heat, UV radiation, the right environment. It is not purely thermodynamic. Downhill chemical complexity doesn't always spontaneously increase. Many reaction requires activation of energy. And thermodynamics tells us whether something can happen, not how quickly or how often. Okay, okay, I understand. So basically, it's to a simple way to understand the reason why single cell came to be is because that way they can like efficiently use energy. That's all right into structure like doublets. This part is backed by research, but with nuance. Energy of life models for focus on sesame, like fatty acid to missiles and fuck. I cannot even read this vessel because they can act like primitive cells membranes. These surface processes are driven by basic physical chemistry. Okay, so the idea of a planet forming before life is common theme in literature, but these droplets are not cells yet. Protocells. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So first become protocell. Oh, so this comes to into the origin of life research, right? This is oversimplification and not currently demonstrated. Okay, so this third line is not scientific. This statement is overall simplified and not currently demonstrated. The origin of life research does not show a smooth, continuous path. Okay, I know that this is the where origin of life is struggling with. So they're doing research in order to get like a like a like research, right? They're doing researches, and yes, now we don't know, but maybe it will happen. So, but that is the hypothesis, right? Currently, okay. So if you guys still don't understand it, I also don't understand it. So we're friends. But if you want to understand it in a simple way, it's very simple. It's that like it's an energy efficient way. So first came like the protocells. I'm sorry. First came like the enzymes, I don't know what they're called. Fuck them. And then they formed like a protocell. The reason why they formed the protocell because it was more viable for them to store energies, and those turn into like cells. That's what this paper is saying, but that is not proven yet. That's where God came to be. God came and pushed them. Haha. If you believe that, I'm okay with it. Really, guys. From now on, I'm gonna be okay with like creationist because I want their money. Give us free energy, a good concept on top of entropy. Okay, I will. Let's read this paper first, then let's go towards that one. Evolution is because I already have ADHD, guys. Don't give me more ADHDs. Evolution is a simplifying force. So I didn't know this. Like evolution, the sun is God. Yeah, basically, sun is God. The reason why life exists is due to sun. So a common discussion of evolution is an assumption that over time organisms universally evolve from simplistic forms into a more complex form life forms. For example, a single cell organism became multicellular monkey, gave away to apes, which evolved into humans, blah blah blah. Yet the Lamarckian view that organisms only evolve towards more advanced forms with humans at the top of evolution ladder is one of the most lie, right? Common misconception about evolution. Indeed, the theory of natural selection makes no statement about whether organizations should become more or less complex, advanced, but rather that an organism form will be optimized by the environment by selective favoritism, favoring those individuals with characteristics that are associated with higher reproductive success. So that is what Darwin said, which basically means what is the probability Didi is going to be in my dreams tonight. If he's in your dreams, you have some problem. I saw like like I'm in a video. I hope God don't pull up my reply history when I die. He will. I can guarantee you God is an asshole. He gonna fucking pull up all the shit and he gonna bitch slap you to oblivion. Successive genetics of organisms. So this means that depending on the environment context, successive genetics of organism can become less complex, less order, or that it may be changed at all, maybe not changed at all. So I want to search this. I want to see an example. Okay. Give me an example of a creature that didn't evolve as Darwin said. So I don't know. I don't know what to. Yeah, don't do dizzy dreaming, guys. I saw his scandals. A classical example of often cited by Stephen Joe to illustrate statuses organisms that have changed very little over millions of years is horseshoe carp. What's this? Help. Oh, horseshoe crab. Oh my god, these fucking animals never evolved. Is it eatable? Can you guys eat this? Have you ever tried it? Crabs have been around for 450 million years. Their body plan has remained remarkably similar despite environmental changes. Glode uses them to emphasize that evolution by natural selection does not always lead to increasing complexity. Sometimes organisms are already well developed, adapted, and remain largely unchanged. Crocodiles. Oh, this I don't. Do you know where I know about crocodile that didn't evolve? Because Archer. Did you guys watch Archer? So in Archer, he says that crocodiles never evolved for fucking 200 million years. Yeah, sharks. But structure has changed very little over 100 million years. So these things didn't take part in evolutions. Optimizes organisms that are for the environment rather than pushing them towards predetermined more complex form. Okay, key takeaway to take from here. Chinese thought is eatable or not. So key takeaway to take from here is to remember that like some things did not change. Not all things just becomes birds or dinosaurs. No, chickens are dinosaurs. Oh yeah, chickens are dinosaurs. So they become from complex to smaller things, right? Yeah, yeah. Birds are also maybe dinosaurs. So I read this one in a newspaper long time ago. Long time ago. Long time ago. This lack of increase or so something that we learn now is that like some animals due to how they were evolving, they don't need to evolve because they were already good. For example, dinosaurs, horseshoe crab. You remember horseshoe crab, guys? Tomorrow it's gonna be an exam. Exam. I'm bored. This is so difficult to read. I hate it. I know it's interesting to me. Speaking a Chinese accent, I don't know how to. Long time ago is not a Chinese accent. Just kidding. This lack of increase of error reduction is in complexity can be seen in many examples, both on molecular and microbiological level. At the genomic level, many micro simple organisms such as maize, I don't know what that is, and the water flea. What? Water flea? What is water flea? Oh, these are cool looking things. Don't you guys think? Think? Fake fleas. Yeah, where's the word? Water flea. The Phophopilus either have larger genomes, that is a greater number of base pairs, or a large number of genes that is macrobiologically more complex organism, including H. species, Homo sapiens. The fossil records of horseshoe crabs, crocodiles, and sharks are all example. Oh, he put the example. Isn't someone clip it? Please don't clip it. Just doing some racist jokes, guys. Please let me be. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, okay. Water flea? You mean what is water flea? This is water flea. It's butterfly. So they have more complex, like genical things than human, right? That's what it means. all examples of organisms that have maintained relatively statistic with respect to their own respective microbiological characteristics. Okay, you can read it better now. All example organisms that have maintained for over approximately the past 50 million years. Moreover, relative to their ancestors that were capable of flight in ostriches, selective selection has led to a reduction in the size of their wings, reduced the number of their four blah, 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 the loss of bonineal. Okay, okay. So these are all example. Okay, we should read this. This is example clearing. Wait. Maintain in contrast, natural selection has selected for fewer toes in horse. Oh, somebody approximately the past 50 million years. Simpson. Simpson, right? Yeah. Moreover, I think this word Simpson becomes so funny because of the some Pokemon don't evolve. Yes. And all Pokemon should evolve. I believe in like evolution. So some Pokemon should de-evolve, you know? So this is basically right Pichu, you know? Pichu didn't exist, but they thought like, okay, fuck, Pikachu needs to de-evolve and become more cuter. Pichu. That's the fucking best example I can ever come up with. You should write a paper about it. Evolution. Darwin didn't just talk about Pikachu. Darwin also talked about Pichu. That from Pikachu, Pichu can come. Understand, guys? Evolution justified using Pokemon. I should get a Oscar. No. Nobel Prize. At least $2. I should get $2. Okay. The application of entropy into evolution. Despite many examples that illustrate that natural selections optimizes the form organisms to their evolvement via the loss of characteristics, some lineages have become increasingly more complex throughout their evolutionary history. Basically, it is a question of scale, as the same lineages might be viewed as static or evolving towards increasing or decreasing complexity depending on the level of biological organization, that is, general cellular tissues or the time frame, deep time versus recent. One example, creationist might argue that this complexity also suggests that more order, which would decrease the entropy of the organism and therefore violate the second law of thermodynamics. For example, Morris, blah, 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 blah. The resulting assertion is that because thermodynamics is not well accepted and understood, evolution must be wrong. Yet, this line is reasoning against evolution. Evolution hinges on the common misconception of thermodynamics and entropy that we have outlined. The argument is and a little bit of the suggestion that the cooling cup of a coffee. Okay. As a system of okay, I understand. Yes. If I was ever a president, I'm gonna be one of the worst president ever. Just to show you guys like how bad I can be. I think sometimes Trump is playing a game. Like he's just trying to show you guys like how shit he can be in order to like just prove a point. Like, yeah, you can be the shittiest person ever, but you can still fucking get liked by other people. So the Earth is not an isolated system because it constantly radiates energy into the space and receives energy from the sun. Likewise, no species in the isolated system, individual of a species interact with other members of the species population with other species with the environment. This is well studied. So basically, uh, what the other person said, I don't know. Likewise, energy is absorbed and expanded by all living organisms. Like the cooling cup of the coffee can alter the organism environment, and then it shares the with other individuals as with a species. Single organism is also closed, not a closed system. Okay, so nothing is a closed system. I hope some part I'm just rushing through, and I don't know if you guys understand it or not. I hope you guys understand it because I hope you guys are smarter than me, not as dumb as me. Conclusion, concluding remarks. Entropy is an essential and fundamental idea of thermodynamics, yet many people, scientists and non-scientists alike, have a major misunderstanding of the concept. Despite the actual definition of entropy being quite simple, it is a natural log of numbers of macrostates that describes the macrostates multiple variable. It is a coming problem, along with a line of how many ways we can place a book, how many ways we can arrange molecules, and how many ways we can distribute the energy. Entropy has been misunderstood and misinterpreted since Rudolf Clausius introduced the term. These misinterpretations have just increased in since in classes time. Currently, the most common misconceptions include equation disorder, equating disorder, and entropy. Believe it is possible to have negative entropy. And finally, entropy role is the second law of thermodynamics. We have addressed each of these misconceptions in terms of hopefully shed a light how they arose from biological perspective, clarifying the concept of entropy accomplishing two major goals. The first is to foster the correct and deeper understanding of the second law of thermodynamics, which plays a major role in the solar system. The second goal is to misconception of that underlying argument against the important concept, including evolution. Using theory, using entropy to argue against the evolution carries its own problems because of the misconception associated with the both entropy and evolution. Yet the misunderstanding associated with both concepts present a teachable moment for which any classroom can emerge with a deep insight into how that seemingly acknowledgement. We thank. Okay, author, remember these are the author. I don't know who they are. This is the reference. You can read it by yourself. I'm not gonna even this out. We get closer to cloning people. No. I think we already have the idea of. Actually, we already have the technology to clone people. The reason why we don't do it is because of the practical reasons. Like, why should we clone it? So, if we learn this, teach Trump economy. No, Trump already knows economy. He has fucking like Harvard graduates around him. Remember that. It's just he pretends to not know it because that way he can make more money. So if we learn about these things, like if we learn about like the creation of life, the thing that we can do is like make life from scratch. Understand? Not like clone a person, like just clone the copies and this DNAs. We can create DNA and RNA. Yes, yes. Trump is an asshole. Remember that. Maybe some of you like him, but he's an asshole. He's basically a con artist. I mean, like his ideas are not. Yeah, we learn about life, like where life comes from, where life originated from. Remember, we don't. If we're not sure how life originated, this is a research that is being done. Yes, we have good hypotheses, we have good ideas. The species of human. Yeah, maybe we can if we know how evolution works. Right? It's a little bit difficult, but yeah, maybe we can. Who knows? No matter what happens, no matter how many species of life you create, I'm still gonna be an idiot. That is a problem. You understand? Journal and benefit from convenient online submission, rigorous peer review, immediate publication, and acceptance open access. Oh, so this is open access. So, guys, you can read it. I didn't steal it. This is the first paper that I didn't steal. I do steal papers. It's only in game, so it's not a binding. So you cannot jail me for stealing papers. Okay, so this was the paper, entire paper. Let's summarize the paper in simple form. You guys don't know. You mean like how Charlie Kirk left Art? Charlie Kirk didn't leave Art. He's always in our heart. We love him. Yep. Feed the paper and get smaller in simulation based on paper in Gemini. Small simulation? Really? You sure? I don't know if I have Gemini or not. Okay. Wait a bit. Wait a bit, guys. Charlie Kirk is always among us. Well, a guy sucks my dick. He is watching. And he in his mind is thinking, why is this guy not sucking my dick? Why is he sucking his dick? Is his dick better than mine? Yes. My dick is better than his. And that's sad. Yeah, Charlie Kirk. If I talk good about Charlie Kirk, then I get paid. I really need money, guys. At this point, I don't fucking care about my morals or other things. I mean, I have always been very clear about this. I don't give a fuck about morals. I just want money. This is my drinking area, and I have two new cups. This is one. This is another. In my backyard at Florida. You didn't see a alien. You saw cocaine. I don't know how much you smoked cocaine. Fuck Trump song, no? Is there one? There is a fuck Trump song. I don't want to say anything bad about Trump. You know, like for now on, like if you want to apply for a visa in USA, you need to show your account, like your social media account. So all the shit I'm saying, America is seeing that, and fuck you, I'm not getting a visa. If you're seeing this, I love Trump, I love America, and I would like to get a visa. Hopefully, please don't cancel my. I mean, please don't reject my visa when I apply for university. Everyone say I love America. I love America. Visa, please. All alien wanted to kidnap all bad people. Alien wanted to kidnap all bad people? Why? Is alien gay? Was that a gay alien? Female alien? Male alien? I don't know in which world there would be an alien who want to kidnap me. I think it's more of a work to kidnap me. Are you gonna be one of the Chinese student Trump promised admission? Trump didn't promise admission. Trump is an asshole. I'm not a Chinese person, guys. Remember that. I love Charlie Kirk. He was a good guy. I wish I could suck his dick to get American visa. Thank you. Ole fuck Trump song. Okay. But I cannot play the song because I'm gonna get banned. I'm already demonetized, guys. Remember that. Demonetized. Ole fuck Trump. Do you know why I'm doing live stream so late at night? My girlfriend slept at 8. Fuck Trump. I found it. I want to play without music. Does it have subtitle? I hope someone put the lyrics. Love Trump. Ole, ole, ole. Trump. Something Trump. Okay, I know. I know this song. How do you get unmonetized? How do I get monetized? Yeah. I will listen later. So I found a song. How I got demonetized because I don't know, no reason. I actually don't know why is the reason. Some people told me like because I don't show my face, but I do show my face. No, they thought I was AI. I mean, literally using ChatGPT. AI using AI is a very complex thing. Oh, sorry. So one of the thing that I want to do is Gemini. Can someone give me the prompt, like how to do simulation using Gemini? Like what prompt do you use? Oh, really? Wait. I need this one first. Ole, ole, ole. Love Trump, love Trump. Ole, ole, ole. Love Trump. Hey, Nazis. Love you. Wait, does Trump love Nazis, not Nazis? He loves them, right? Hey, Mega, love you. Proud Boys, love you. Elon, love you. Hey, Fascist, love you. I love all of them, so give me a visa, please. I'm really broke. Yeah, I'm not getting visa after this. I'm not getting fucking visa. By the way, I'm not even kidding about this thing. So there is a new law that is being given by the embassy of USA. So if you want to apply for a US visa, you need to show your social media account. So I think this is like a violation of US law, but US can violate their law in other countries. Simulation based on the paper, properly reading and understanding the paper. Oh, thank you. Let me try. This is gonna be so cool. Have I ever used Gemini? That's the question I have. I'm guessing no. Gemini, please work. Is it Gemini? Bro, this is one of the good songs. Just listen for some. Yeah, I did. It's just you cannot hear it because I don't want to get banned Omega Plus, I'm already demonetized. I don't want to be banned Omega Plus. Hey, Gemini. Boy, I use Gemini a lot. Shit. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll give the prompt again. Where's the prompt? Create a simple. Wait, at least it's 50-50. I don't want to type it, you know. But how will they make this prompt? I don't have prompt. I don't have mangas. Remember, I'm broke as fuck. Only until he's out of the office. If I send the link on Discord from Instagram threads, will you be able to see the post? I think so. You can send. Let's try. To Python environmental ideas. Okay, give me a code. PyCharm. You've been using PyCharm because someone made some art and I want you to see. Oh, shit, send me. I love art. Send it to me. I don't know how to use PyCharm very well. Customize. Okay, let's do this one. I don't know what this is. Oh, I know this one. This is my girlfriend's one. Okay, their simulation is shit. I know why, because it's a little bit difficult for them to it's okay. The simulation was kind of shit. And Code Gemini will create the simulation on their only. Pro is free for some initial prompts. I know the what to do. I know. Let's try this one. Some people made some art. Did you send it? If you send it, can you tell me? You guys can send a lot of things in Discord server. Like just show me things. I don't send anything because it's on my other phone. Yeah. Hey there, Delilah, don't you worry about the distance. Around here if you come with me. If this summer hurts, then close your eyes. Listen to my voices, my disguise. I'm by your side. Oh, what you do to me? What you do to me? What you do to me? 1,000 miles from it's pretty far, buddy. Planes and trains and cars. Create it here. I'll walk to you. We should play Scribble someday. Yeah, sure. Let's do. Okay, I'll check. Wait, I'm trying. This is cool. Oh, I can see. It's in threads, right? Home boxes? Can I open it? Oh, wow. Skewered. That's a cool looking art. That feels so trippy. Yeah, sure. This is the art, okay? That's so trippy. Can you guys see? If you watch it for too long, you're gonna no cap on God. Okay. So if you guys watch this for too long, you're gonna die. Okay, one by one. No cap on God, right? No. Wait a minute. No cap
on. Oh, okay. Thank you. Let me see. I think I know them. Wait, I will watch his videos later. If I watch now, I will subscribe so I can watch later. Okay. Project this art on my TV while I'm in on my, yeah, you should. That's a very good idea. Oh my god, that's a really cool idea, guys. Okay, so this is the simulation that AI said that he made. Is whereby so create a simulation, right? Created here. Microscoping. Initial state, the 5-die molecule. Okay. I don't know what this means. No idea. That's all he did. That's all the fuck he did. Yeah, that's a fun little idea. I'm gonna try it. With alcohol, of course. I have teeth pain. By the way, shit, reconnecting. By the way, later let's go. Let's play a game. I played a game. Did you guys watch that game? It's a really good game. I'll show you guys. The music and everything is so cool. The reminder. Oh, how long has it? How long is left for you to switch to part time? I cannot wait to get a part time job. Yes, I listen to it as well. It's so catchy. What you should be doing is hyper analyzing every frame of GTA 5 instead of playing pixel. Oh shit, I can do that. Do you guys want me to do that? How about I do it tomorrow? Or how about I make a video of it? Oh, 2 weeks is not long. You guys don't like pixelated games? The pixelated games are cool. My big brother also doesn't like it. This is the game though. The breach is back. World Cup starts in 2 days. I'm gonna. Oh, me too. I watched a lot of video about World Cup today. You know. Pixelated games looks boring. I love pixel games to be honest. Look at that. Especially this game. It's a Chinese game. You know. Again, the timeline has been altered. You won't remember you. What other games do you have downloaded? I have a lot of sex games. Someone said that you're a gooner. Yeah, it should be free. I don't know. I download pirated games. Okay, let me see what games I have. I have Baldur's Gate. Yeah, I have Baldur's Gate 3, Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero, Punch Club 2, Fast Forward, Age of Mythology. Yeah, I play Hinten games, guys. Darkest Dungeon. That's all. Oh, RimWorld. I have RimWorld as well. Do you guys know RimWorld? This is one of my most favorite game ever. I have I have a game called AV Director Life. Counter Strike? No, I don't have. Pac-Man. Pac-Man now? I used to play Pac-Man. Something inside me that pushed me into surface. I have this one. And this one. I like this one a lot. I think it looks so cute. Can do this. Do I have this shit? I hope so. I hope I have. Cannot see. I can make a video of it. Lighter. Yeah, it's a lighter. And this is like a. Cannot see anything. Why? Yeah, me too. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Brown people, like Southwest. I don't know. Everywhere have people brown. Let's try it. Is this too much wood? Okay, it's falling. Can you guys see? Can you guys see the smoke? Because I can see. 3, 2, 1. Isn't that cool? I like this thing. It makes the alcohol taste like shit, but some nonsense things, you know. I buy a lot of nonsense. I made fucking alcohol ice cream. Okay, guys, it's already 12 o'clock. Channel. Have you seen Trump's own created AI song? No, I'll try. I think, but for tonight, let's end the live stream. Okay, let's end the live stream. Go back to sleep. Okay. But thank you guys. Thank you guys for reading the paper with me. Next time, let's choose another topic we can do. You can send me something in Discord. In sense sticks looks cool. Yeah, me too. Anyways, guys, for tonight, classes. I don't have classes, but I mean, like, thank you for reading with me. But you guys can suggest me some things later on, and I'm gonna watch them, read them, whatever you guys want, and we can study together, things like that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Bye bye. Take care.